Hey, hello, welcome back to the channel. I picked up some books. Yes, there is a lot of books. I'm not sure I'm going to do the thumbnail yet, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be me with a load of books. So you've probably seen that already. So, bit of background. If you haven't seen my Instagram, I've put a few pictures up on there. So basically, I was actually chatting to someone on Instagram about the Olio app, and saying I never really find any free books on there. It's always a bit of a, it's just, I find other stuff on there, but not books. If I do find books, I'm usually too late. As I was saying that, I thought I'd have a quick look, and I looked, and there was an advert which said this. I'll put a picture up. So it said, well, I read it initially as 1,000 children's books. So I was like, oh, cool, that's good. 1,000 books. What the hell am I going to do with those? But then when I messaged him anyway and said, yeah, that's fine, I'll come and get these. Then I looked again and it said thousands of children's books. So I was like, oh, that's quite a lot. And then when I showed the picture to my partner, which I've probably just shown you, I realised that was the back of a truck, whatever, I'm not sure what you want to call it, but basically like a fenced off truck, and it was absolutely full to the brim. So yes, I went there, I loaded up my car as much as I could, and this is what I got. There's actually some more in front of me, not many. I've got another box upstairs. I've still got a couple of bags in the car as well. So it's a hell of a lot of books. Yeah, this is the story about it. Right, so I thought I'd come back upstairs rather than sitting on the floor downstairs and go through a bit more information. So there was, when I got there, I asked the guy what was it all from, because it literally was a truck full. I'll put a video in here to show what I was working with, to give you an idea, because it's kind of mind-blowing. This is mad. This is a lot of books. I don't really know where to start, so let's crack on. I don't even get the scale of how many books are actually here. It's ridiculous. Like, I have cleared like this area around my feet maybe, and there is so many more, and that's crazy. Oh, it's crazy. Getting a little bit dark now, but you can just see the amount of books that are actually in here, and I can't even begin to take most of them. It's killing me, it really is. Okay, so you've hopefully got a better idea of what I was working with. So I said to the guy, you know, what's this all from? Because it's just mad. But apparently, basically he had emptied out a shop that had gone bust. He was told to just clear everything and bin it all. And yeah, all those books were just going to go to waste. Him or his daughter put an ad up on Olio. I saw one on Facebook as well, just to say free books, come and help yourself. So I took what I could, barely scratched the surface. I'm not sure how much of the video I've shown, but I've got a few little bits of video which sort of give an idea. So I'll probably try and scatter them in and give you more of an idea of the scale of the books. Yeah, so effectively a company just had gone bust, and this was all of their books. I've actually done a bit of research since then, because the first picture I recognised it from Brighton, and so I sort of checked the area to see the shops around the area, and I found a standalone independent publisher, and I looked on their website, and they had a lot of the same books as what I've picked up. So they're basically all done. I think they're all published by this company, or at least they sell a lot of them there, and that's obviously who's gone bust, and they're just getting rid of absolutely everything. I'll show you a sort of a very small selection of what I picked up. Yeah, there is a lot. I don't really know what to do with them all, but yeah, we'll come to that in a sec with my thoughts on that. The light isn't great in this room, so apologies if you can't see that well, but there was a real mix. Most of them are new. There was some used ones in there, but I don't know the setup of the shop, so I'm guessing I had a small used section. But yeah, so this is some of the ones I picked up. So there was a whole lot of like, I think these are Chinese language. So the 10 worst creepy mysteries, it's Chinese, so but I kind of just grabbed it. I left a lot of the foreign language ones because I thought there's probably not a huge market for it, but these ones I just grabbed because they were all sort of like a similar style, so all sort of the same kind of book, and that's kind of the theme for a lot of it. Not necessarily foreign, but there's like a lot of the same kind of book. So like these ones, for instance, they're all like Inside Eye. And then there's these ones which aren't foreign language, but a lot of them, obviously, like, there are publishers, so it's a production copy, do not remove. So I'm guessing that must have been like the first press they're happy with, and then they copied them all off of that, I would think. I don't totally know how it works, but so like that one, for instance, there's How to Be a Pirate, and then this is How to Be a Pirate, but that's like the production copy. So I wonder if this was like a first draft and then that was a second draft or something. Don't really know, but all quite interesting. Well, these are National Geographic. I can't see it there. National Geographic. Again, How to Be a Medieval Knight, and that one's How to Be a Medieval Knight, but it's a sort of slightly different feeling cover, and some of them I've got in paperback. So like, I think I've got, oh no, they're here. So there's these ones which are hardbacks. There's like a bundle of paperbacks manga. But there's like, so these ones, so these are Scary Creatures, all different types. I've got all different, a whole bundle of different kind of animals for those. And then I've got sort of another hardback bundle as well, which is not quite the same, but all along the sort of similar line. So it's quite good in terms of listings, because I can probably just list maybe 2 or 3, you know, maybe all together, I don't know, depending on the weight and things like that. Get them listed that way. That's kind of my thought process so far. But I haven't listed any yet because I wanted to kind of do this video first, to give you an idea of what I'm working with. But there's just so many sort of random bits. Like there's a graphic horror thing, which again, production copy, Dracula, Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and there's lots of sort of like graphic novel type books as well. There's one, well, a few which have sort of got like post-it notes in as well. of like things that are not quite right with the books, so that's quite interesting in a way. But I left a lot. There was like a whole load of sort of actual production books, how to sort of produce this kind of book, that kind of stuff. And I think like not manuals, but the like companies have sent out brochures of their products and that kind of thing. So I left a lot of that, but I left so much. Actually, it sounds quite sad, and I did say this to my other half. I felt a bit sick when I left because there were so many books and they're all just going to get binned. But the guy said he was going to leave it until today to see if anyone else sort of got in touch about the book. So I'm hoping that someone did and was able to take some as well. But the I said to him, you know, have you offered them to charity shops? And he said charity shops don't want them. He said he asked schools, but schools wanted to vet every single book before they took it, so you basically didn't have the time to do that. Yeah, so the next step was just to try and give them away or bin them. Yeah, and it was pretty sad. And you know, if I'd had a warehouse, I would have probably just sort of said to him, you know, grab your van and follow me, and I'll unload it all into my warehouse. But I don't. I have a very small bedroom and a overfull loft, so I took what I could, and we'll see what we can do with it. I've scanned a lot into Amazon already, and to be honest, a majority of it isn't worth sending to Amazon at all. I was kind of hoping there'd be like a whole box I could just send up to Amazon and it'd be worth some money, but not at all really. They're all very low value ones. Most of them aren't ranked at all. There was a few handful that were sort of ranked maybe in the top 2 million on Amazon. So yeah, not really worth it, and even then it was for quite low money. So yeah, so that's not an option. But I'm hoping, just say there's a lot of bundles already. So like this, for instance, this is manga monsters, so and art. So I'm thinking there's going to be someone that likes manga and art, and wants a big bundle of books. I'm hoping they'll all sell quite quickly. So my job, my next job, is to try and sort it out into boxes and at least know what I'm going to do with it, and then what else I've got, because there was a few other ones which are just random ones. So yeah, that is the next job, and hopefully I can start getting them listed and getting them moved as soon as possible, because I just don't have the room for it really. Yeah. I'm sort of tempted to just try and, so this whole shelving unit is sort of where I put stuff to get listed, and there's stuff that's been sitting here for ages. So like that Technic set you've probably seen on every video has been sitting there. I started to put it together, there was one bit missing, so I left it. There's like some board games up here. I've got the Question of Sport there still. Load of other books, but you know, the Creationary, I've not checked that. These games I've not checked. And I've got a basket full of rubbish and bits and bobs there. So I'm not sure whether to just try and maybe clear as much of this as possible first, get it listed, or try and get the books listed. What would you suggest? Or maybe a bit of both. But I've been trying to do this for ages. I just don't know what's best to do. But one thing I did do, totally unrelated to all of that, I just thought it was worth sharing. So I've got a lot of like kids books, not including all the ones I've just picked up, but sort of just other ones I've picked up for free over the months and stuff. So what I've actually done is set up a listing on eBay for just like a random mix of 10 books for £9.99 free postage, which I think is, looking at others, is fairly reasonable. There's some others sort of listed for like 15 quid, I think it was 17 quid, I think I saw some for the sort of same type of thing. So I'm hoping I can start getting some sales of that, because I've just got a whole bag full of random books. I'll put like hopefully try and put a picture up of my listing, and I've just sort of taken some pictures of all the books that are spread out and just put in the listing. It's a random 10 books that you'll receive for £9.99. I think that's pretty good. I'm hoping that's going to start selling at some point. I initially put it for £11.99, and I thought actually £9.99 first to get the ball rolling, and then I can, as it starts selling more, I'll get more books and just keep it on a constant listing and get them going. So that would be good, and then I can actually throw some of these, not necessarily these ones, but these type of books that I've picked up, I can probably bundle some of those in as well. And just because literally anything I get, then it hasn't got to be anything specific. I can just keep adding, just keep making a bundle, sending it out. Yeah, and I'm kind of hoping to maybe do that with some other books as well, so I can just have a continuous listing, and I can just pick the books at random. So if they're not, like, if I haven't got 5 of a whole bundle, I can just have the one I have got, put that in a mixed bundle and get that sent off. Anyway, this is my thoughts at the minute, so hopefully that is all making sense to you, but let me know if that makes sense. So basically a mystery box, that's my plan. Yes, so I think I will leave it there. Hopefully I will see you soon. I won't be buried in books. I did say I was going to sell books, didn't I? So yeah, I've only got myself to blame really, and they were free, so at the end of the day I can't complain much at all. Yes, just need to make some room somewhere to get rid of them. But there we go, I shall leave you there. I hope that was fun and interesting for you, and I will see you in the next video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Thumbs up please, comments down below, all that kind of stuff as well, all very helpful, all very much appreciated, and thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, bye bye.